IVM.
In 2019, you basically have two choices. You can either go for therapy or start your own podcast. I'm Natasha Malpani Oswal, and this is my personal diary. I wrote a very honest poetry book called Boundless this year, where I poured my deepest and darkest fears into the poems. I'll take you through some of my favorite poems and the secrets behind them in this podcast. We explore falling in love, the dark side of beauty, families, money, making room to make mistakes, heartbreak, and finding your own voice. Don't say I didn't warn you. It gets deep. Today, we're going to talk about why real power comes from vulnerability. To my girlfriends, always such a source of comfort. Strong as nails, full of fire, still fighting when tired, there to catch each other when we fall, multiple networks to bounce back from, scarred from the same battles. We don't need to speak. We know what to do when one of us is in need. The power of vulnerability. You are often so strong. But know this, you don't have to be. Self-reliance is a virtue. Make room for vulnerability. Your truest, deepest friendships will be built when you ask for, not offer, help. It's only when you admit your weakness, flaws, insecurities, that you reveal yourself. I struggled to let people in when I was younger. I was terrified of being known or seen. I was so focused on being perfect in every way that I worked hard to project this aura of always having it together, of showing that I had everything figured out. And so I acted like everything came to me so easily. And I ended up having a lot of friends, but no deep relationships growing up. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why this was. I was a pretty social, extroverted kid. How come I didn't have that one best friend that everyone seemed to have? It was only after I went abroad, and I lived in London, that I really made some of my deepest and truest friendships. There's a group of the three of us that have kept in touch over the last 10 years. And even though we've lived in 9 countries now between us, we talk almost every day. So what changed? I learned that you can only connect with people on a truly honest level when you tell them your fears. It took me some time to realize this. But people aren't attracted to other people that always have their shit together. They're attracted to weakness and insecurities. We're all secretly scared and insecure all the time. We pretend that we know what we're doing. Why do we talk about our feelings so little and our thoughts and opinions so much? Interestingly, one of the most powerful classes I took at Stanford had nothing to do with finance or startups. It was actually a class that taught us to recognize and name feelings in others and in ourselves. Isn't that crazy? It's ironic that we have to teach ourselves to be honest to ourselves and others as adults. In this class, we literally had a feeling sheet where we could look down to find the feeling that we were feeling if we couldn't find words to express it for ourselves. And so the next time you're struggling, don't think that everyone else knows what they're doing. Being vulnerable is actually a source of power. Being able to say that I don't know or I'm struggling requires real courage. Don't offer. Sometimes ask for help. The more you reach out, the more people will come to you. Seriously, try this, both at home and work, and let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear your stories. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to reach out to me, I am Natasha_Malpani on Twitter and at Natasha Malpani Oswal on Instagram. Stay tuned.
Hello, everybody. We have a brand new daily podcast we're working on with Bloomberg Quint. All you need to know provides the top news on business, markets, and the economy so that you can stay ahead of the curve. Tune in every morning on BloombergQuint.com, the IVM podcast app, or wherever you get your podcast from.
Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta. I'm B50 on Twitter. I am the host of Paisa Vaisa, a show that talks money. On my show, I speak to experts from every field of money and finance, from stock markets, equities, debt funds, credit cards, life insurance, every possible area of money and finance that you can think of. We even did an episode on cryptocurrency. I've got fantastic guests from mutual funds to personal finance experts everywhere. Robo-advisory, startups, just name it, we've got it. At Paisa Vaisa, we help you make smart decisions about money. You work hard for money. Now make your money work hard for you. New episodes out every Monday, and you can listen to my show on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app that you have.